Turning now to your community focus. Some changes are coming to Providence after the state officially announced that the Washington Bridge detour lanes will now be in place until a brand new bridge is ready, which could take years. Providence Mayor Smiley joins me now live in studio to talk about this. Thanks for being here.
Happy to be here.
So you announced just this morning that you're going to be making some traffic pattern changes in the city of Providence, including getting rid of those dedicated bike lanes on South Water Street, despite rallies and pushback from cyclists. Why did you make this decision?
So we have a series of changes that we've outlined, including intersections along the detour route, Angel Street, Gano Street, some pedestrian safety enhancements. We're very concerned about pedestrian safety with the increased traffic. On Angel Street, there's going to be a new high visibility crosswalk to make sure that pedestrians stay safe. And then on South Water Street, we know that there's significant traffic impact, particularly at rush hour or anytime there's an accident. So the South Water Street bike lane is going to be removed. And then on James Street, which is the street at the base of the pedestrian bridge, there's going to be a raised crosswalk to enhance pedestrian safety, to make sure all the people who enjoy our incredible Innovation Park and the bridge can cross safely. There was also some concern from the councilman in the area about drag racing in the past, pre-bike lane, so that'll solve that problem. And then we're going to start a planning process for a new and I think better off-road bike lane. So there will be bike infrastructure there in the future. It will be better, it will be off-road, and South Water Street can accommodate the additional traffic that we're experiencing because of the Washington Bridge.
Is this just an opportune time to get rid of these bike lanes? I mean, there was pushback when they were put in initially by some of the businesses there. So is this just an opportunity to say we're going to scrap them?
Well, it's true that I think the South Water Street bike lane in particular was flawed from the get-go. However, the problems with the bridge have exacerbated the design deficiencies of that bike lane, and so I think we are actually going to create something better to replace it. The broader urban trail network in Providence is actually growing. Just a week and a half ago, the Secretary of Transportation, Pete Buttigieg, was in town. We did a groundbreaking. That is now well under construction on Kinsley Avenue. That'll be a new bike path, and we received a $30 million award from the U.S. Department of Transportation for the Safe Streets for All grant, which is going to have multiple new bike lanes. So the urban trail network is growing. We're still committed to multimodal transportation in the city, but this specific segment did not make sense, has become a real problem in light of the Washington Bridge, and we have to look out for everybody who's trying to get in and around the city of Providence.
Let's talk about impacts on businesses. The governor announced just today some grants for small businesses. The House Small Business Committee is meeting as we speak. It seems, though, that this will mostly be focused on East Providence businesses. What are you hearing from businesses in your city, and is there any concern that some of them will start to pull out?
Yeah, so my understanding of the governor's announcement had really three key components. One was a marketing campaign to help people, encourage people to shop local. That will be more than just the East Bay. That will include Providence. The Rhode Island Commerce Corporation is going to make technical assistance available. I've been assured by the Commerce Secretary that that will apply to Providence businesses as well. And then the grants that were highlighted by the governor, there's still a lot of details to be worked out on that. I heard that today from state officials, and so it is not clear yet who that will apply to. They haven't finalized those details. I will, of course, be advocating for Providence businesses, and I'm optimistic that they will be included in this new state program.
I want to switch gears a little bit and talk to you about something that we haven't discussed in a little while, the Cranston Street Armory. Just last week, we reported that the former state director for state properties agreed to pay a $5,000 settlement for an ethics complaint tied to this controversial trip to Philadelphia. At the heart of that was the redevelopment of the Armory. Last time you and I spoke, I believe things were still sort of up in the air in terms of the city acquiring the building from the state along with the $45 million check. Where does that stand? So
right now the building is being used for a movie, which is great. That's a nice contribution to the local economy. The neighbors like a little bit of action in the neighborhood, and so the movie company has that facility leased through the end of June.
Okay.
And we've been talking to the governor. We've not been able to find a long-term permanent solution yet, although we remain hard at work at that.
What's the sticking point?
The sticking point is the building needs a tremendous amount of capital investment. I mean, that was well spoken about with the previous contract of the fateful Philadelphia trip. And so we're trying to find an operator who can have a productive use, but also has the capital to get it done. In the meantime, the city has allocated $1 million of ARPA funds for some programming in the space. And after the movie wraps up, we're looking forward to some sort of lease agreement with the state where the city will lease it from the state to do some arts programming, recreation program, other things to get people in the space, to keep it active and healthy and productive and contributing to the neighborhood.
Before I let you go, earlier last month, I should say, you signed a law requiring all city-owned buildings, I believe there are 122, to be carbon neutral by the year 2040. The goal, as you said, is to make the city healthier and more sustainable. What's this going to cost taxpayers?
So a majority of the work will be done in the school in the school buildings, of which we are, I don't know, maybe a third through nearly $1 billion program of renovations. That's just not to make it carbon neutral, but that's all the renovations.
Sure.
We're still getting budget estimates on the other city buildings, but basically we're at the point now, and honestly everybody should be at this point, given the effects of climate change, which we know are real and serious and here today, that when you touch a building, particularly a public building, we should be making the necessary changes to make it carbon neutral, to meet our climate goals, to do our part to try to slow down a cooling planet, a warming planet that is causing real effects for all of us. And so every time we touch a rec center, every time we do work on City Hall, every time we do a school building, we're going to be electrifying and decarbonizing, and that work's going to be ongoing for years.
All right, Providence Mayor Brett Smiley, that's all the time that we have. Thanks for being here on 12 News at 4.
Thanks so much.